present for today's private con. Engineer David L. Palaganas and Engineer Raymond Yones. For the technical working group, headed by Engineer Reynald Pereira, Architect Ramilisi, Engineer Maya Rabang, and Madam Josepina Manuel. For the back secretariat, headed by yours truly, Engineer Manuel Vincido Jr., back secretariat members, Madam Brenda Morales and Mr. Rolando Manuel. Since the majority of the back members are present, there is a quorum, sir.
Thank you, Sir Manny. Today's procurement activity is the private conference of 20 civil works project. The first one, with contract ID 24AI0180, upgrading of road, leading to Diket Ecotourism and Diket Falls, Umingan, Pangasinan. Second project, with contract ID 24AI0134, construction of multi-purpose building sa Nicolas, Pangasinan. Third project, with contract ID 24AI0155, construction of multi-purpose building, phase 1, San Quintin, Pangasinan. Fourth project, with contract ID 24AI0136, construction of multi-purpose building, phase 3, San Quintin, Pangasinan. Fifth project, with contract ID 24AI0137, construction of flood control structure along Aloragat and allied rivers, Package 1, Sison, Pangasinan. The sixth project, with contract ID 24AI0138, construction of flood control structure along Aloragat and allied rivers, Package 2, Sison, Pangasinan. Seventh project, with contract ID 24AI0139, construction of drainage canal at Taft Street, Poblacion to Bued, Binalonan, Pangasinan. The eighth project, with contract ID 24AI0140, construction of drainage system Arellano-Burgos-Zamora Street, Barangay, Poblacion, Binalonan, Pangasinan. The ninth project, with contract ID 24AI0141, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Subol, Asigan, Pangasinan. The 10th project, with contract ID 24AI0142, construction of multi-purpose building, phase 2, Natividad, Pangasinan. The next project, with contract ID 24AI0143, construction of multi-purpose building, phase 1, Rosales, Pangasinan. Third project, with contract ID 24AI0144, construction of multi-purpose building, phase 2, Rosales, Pangasinan. The next project, with contract ID 24AI0145, construction of multi-purpose building, San Manuel, Pangasinan. Next project, with contract ID 24AI0146, construction of fabrication structure along Poblacion River, Package P, Balongaw, Pangasinan. The fifth project, with contract ID 24AI0147, construction of flood mitigation structure along Lagisin River, Package A, Balongaw, Santa Maria, Pangasinan. The 16th project, with contract ID 24AI0148, construction of flood mitigation structure along Lagisin River, Package B, Balongaw, Santa Maria, Pangasinan. 17th project, with contract ID 24AI0149, construction of flood mitigation structure along Manila River, Umingan, Balongaw, Pangasinan. The project, with contract ID 24AI0150, construction of flood mitigation structure along Barangay River, Package A, Tayog, Pangasinan. The 19th project, with contract ID 24AI0115, construction of flood mitigation structure along Barangay River, Package C, Tayog, Pangasinan. And the 20th and last project with contract ID 24AI-0168, completing of Barangay Maambal to Barangay Hawaii, from to Market Road, Barangay Maambal and Barangay Hawaii, Usurubio, Pangasinan. This training conference is being conducted to give the prospective leaders a chance to clarify issues related to the contract in the project. This point, may I call on the head of the technical working group, Engineer Barrera, to please discuss the eligibility.
Thank you, sir. We will now discuss the eligibility, technical, and financial requirements of the contract. Documents to be submitted by the bidders. Submission may be done manually or electronically / online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in BDS ITB Clause 21 per DEO 87 Series of 2020, electronic submission and receipt of bids for the procurement of civil works contracts. All electronic bids must be sent to the email address bids_Pangasinan3@dpwh.gov.ph. Each bid will have a copy of the first and second components of its bid. Checklist of technical and financial documents. For technical proposal, Class A documents, legal documents, valid produce registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages in accordance with Section 18.2 of the IRR. For technical documents, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded not yet started. If any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity. Statement of the bidder single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. Special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. Original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. The bid validity period and bid security validity period should be 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bids. The bidder shall submit a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security enumerated below. For cash, a cashier's or manager check issued by a universal or commercial bank, as a bank draft or guarantee, or a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, the amount of bid security should not be less than 2% of ABC. For surety bond, callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company, duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, the amount of bid security should not be less than 5% of ABC. For project requirements, which shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' key personnel, for example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foreman, should be assigned to the contract to be bid with appropriate qualification and experience date. The minimum years of civil experience for project manager, project engineer, and foreman should be 5 years, while for the materials engineer, he or she should be given the age qualified materials engineer 1. List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment, lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. An original notary signed omnibus form statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of a joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to send the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity is computed as follows. NFCC is equal to current assets minus current liabilities multiplied by 15. minus value of unfinished projects, including awarded projects not yet started, coinciding with the contract delivery. For Class B documents, if applicable, the Design Joint Venture Agreement, GVA, in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR, in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly authorized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For financial proposal, original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and other documentary requirements under RA 9184, and original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating and cash flow by quarter. Criterion procedure for detailed evaluation of bids post-qualification and award. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid prices. The bank shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid prices which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. First one is completeness. No price at required item, non-complying, indicating a zero or a dash means free to the GOP. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable POQ, shall be considered non-responsive. For arithmetical corrections, bid prices in figures versus words, words prevails. Total price versus unit price per item, unit price prevails. Total price versus actual sum of component items, actual prevails. Unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ, latter prevails. If above ABC, non-compliant. For post-qualification, the verification of the following legal requirements is needed: licenses, certificates, dates, and non-inclusion in blacklist. For technical requirements, single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract. For key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment. Failure of the prospective bidder to state a complete technical description of the PETS equipment and the specific bidder's automatic location, whether owned, lease, or under purchase agreement, shall result in the bidder's automatic post-disqualification for award of contract and forfeiture of its security per DO 58 series of 2012. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or negative slippage of at least 10% in each of two or more contracts. For the contractor to commence repair work and complete ongoing contracts in the prescribed date after the receipt of notice of defects and deficiencies. For the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificate of acceptance in the prescribed date after the receipt of notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of works or unsatisfactory performance per contract term and conditions at the time of inspection. Liquidated damages currently imposed on the contractor. DO 127 series of 2018 strict application of RE 9184 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with valid ongoing contracts with the DPWH. Authenticity and correctness of bid security. For financial requirements, audited financial statement, especially current assets and liabilities, up-to-date value of all outstanding or uncompleted works under unawarded contracts, updated NFCC versus ABC. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of a project. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that, first, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing projects once the bidder is awarded the contract, and second, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. This certification is included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. Also to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. For contract of award, the contract should be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof in accordance with Section 37.2.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Common reasons for rejection of bids and eligibility and post-disqualification of bidder. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of the project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor, shorter bid validity and bid security validity period, overlapping of pledged equipment and committed key technical personnel, failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form, late submission of bid, failure to submit supporting documents, for example, certification of availability of equipment, negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, or negative 10% in each of 2 or more projects, unsatisfactory CPS rating, incomplete pages of bid documents, either for technical and financial. For authority of signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. For single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or proprietor only. For corporation or cooperative, should be board secretary certificate and board resolution. For joint venture resolution or agreement. And for partnership, as indicated in the articles of partnership. That's also.
Thank you, Engineer Barrera. Further elaborate on the project, the proposed project technical component or aspect. For the first 7 project, may call on architect and for the 8th and 14th project, we discussed by Engineer Maya Rabang, and the remaining 6 will be discussed by Engineer David Magno.
Basic component of the project. Project ID number, contract ID number 24EI0133, contract name. Upgrading of road leading to Diket, ecotourism, and Diket Falls, Umingan, Pangasinan. Scope of work and item description. Concreting of road with a length of 0.800 kilometers, width of 6.10 meters, both sides with a thickness of 280 millimeters, including construction of concrete line canal. The approved budget for the contract is 19,300,000 pesos for the contract duration 192 calendar days. For the second project, contract ID number 24EI0134, contract name, construction of multipurpose building at San Nicolas, Pangasinan. For the scope of work and item description, construction of multipurpose building, 3 units, with a dimension of 15 meters by 30 meters, covered court, 6 span at 5 meters per span with ramp railing, 0.40 meters division from natural ground line to finished floor line with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 2-6 bubble basketball board with ring, with removal of structures and obstruction, 20 meters by 30 meters covered court, with 30 meters swing, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with relays at 0.40 meters elevation from NGL to finished floor line with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with electrical works with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout with chlorinated rubberized base, floor coating, epoxy coating, 2-6 movable basketball board. With ring, with stage, with 2-story barangay hall, complete construction of 6, with a dimension of 6 meters by 7 meters, 2-story barangay hall at 0.60 meters division from natural ground line to ground floor finish line with complete tinting, complete finishing works, electrical works, sanitary and plumbing works, with floor and glazed tiles, ground floor and second floor, with ceiling at ground floor and second floor, with 2 units, 1.5 horsepower ECU. True budget for the contract is 25,245,000 pesos. And for the contract duration, 240 calendar days. For the third project, contract ID number 24EI0135, contract name, construction of multipurpose building, phase 1 at Quintin, Pangasinan. The scope work and item description, construction of multipurpose building with a dimension of 13 meters by 27.5 meters covered court, 5 span, 5.5 meters per span with ramp railings at 0.30 meters elevation from natural ground line to finished floor line with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with the electrical works with catch basin, stored drainage and downspout with chlorinated rubberized base, floor coating, epoxy, putting 2 sets movable basketball board with ring, 2-story barangay hall, complete construction with a dimension of 6 meters by 7 meters with a 0.60 meters elevation from natural ground line to ground floor finish line with complete painting, 2 units, 1.5 horsepower ECU with complete finishing works, electrical works, sanitary and plumbing works with floor and glazed tiles at ground floor and second floor with ceiling at ground floor and second floor. 14 meters by 20 meters covered court with 4 span, 5 meters per span with ramp with railings, 0.30 meters elevation from NGL to finished floor line with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with electrical works with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 2 sets movable basketball board with ring with stage of a dimension of 4.60 meters by 14.30 meters, complete structural and finishing works with floor and glazed tiles. True budget for the contract is 11,880,000 pesos. For the contract duration, 170 calendar days. For the fourth project, contract ID number 24EI0136, contract name, construction of multipurpose building, phase 3 at San Quintin, Pangasinan. The scope of work and item description, construction of multipurpose building with a dimension of 16 meters by 30 meters covered court, 6 span at 5 meters per span with ramp with railings at 0.30 meters elevation from natural ground line to finished floor line with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout with electrical works. Approved budget for the contract is 4,950,000 pesos. The contract duration, 120 calendar days. For the fifth project, contract ID number 24EI0137, contract name, construction of flood control structure along Aloragat and allied rivers, package 1, Sison, Pangasinan. And for the scope of work, item description, construction of revetment with steel sheet pile with a length of 335 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract is 86,850,000 pesos. And for the contract duration is 268 calendar days. For the sixth project, contract ID number 24EI0138, contract name, construction of flood control structure along Aloragat and allied rivers, package 2, Sison, Pangasinan. Scope of work and item description is construction of revetment with steel sheet pile with a length of 335 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract is 86,850,000 pesos. The contract duration, 268 calendar days. For the seventh project, contract ID number 24EI0139, contract name, construction of drainage canal at W. Taft Street, Poblacion to Bued, Binalonan, Pangasinan. For the scope of work and item description, construction of drainage structure. Approved budget for the contract is 19,600,000 pesos. And for the contract duration is 179 calendar days. The 7th project, contract ID number 24EI0140, contract name, construction of drainage system, Arellano-Burgos-Zamora Street, at Barangay Poblacion, Binalonan, Pangasinan. The scope of work and item description, construction of drainage structure, approved budget for the contract is 14,850,000 pesos, and for the contract duration is 152 calendar days.
The 8th project with contract ID number 24AI0141, contract name, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Sobol, Umingan, Pangasinan. The scope of work or item of description is construction of multipurpose building, 12 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, with electrical works with removal of structures and obstruction, with 30 meters bleacher at one side. Approved budget for the contract is 4,950,000. The contract duration is 129 days. The 9th project with contract ID number is 24AI0142 with contract name, construction of multipurpose building, Phase 2, Natividad, Pangasinan. The scope of work or items description is construction of multipurpose building, 15 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works with catch basin, storm drainage, and downspout, with electrical works with removal of structures and obstruction. The approved budget for the contract or ABC is 4,150,000 pesos. The contract duration is 120 calendar days. The 10th project with contract ID numbers 24AI0143 with contract name, construction of multipurpose building, Phase 1, Rosales, Pangasinan. The scope of work or item of description is construction of multipurpose building, 15 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 15 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 15 by 25 meters covered court, 5 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.2 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 2 sets movable basketball board with ring. 16 by 25 meters covered court, 5 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.30 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage and downspout, 12 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span, ramp with railing, 0.2 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basins and storm drainage and downspout, with chlorinated rubberized base or CRP, floor coating or epoxy coating, 2 sets movable basketball court with ring. Approved budget for the contract is 22,770,000 pesos. Contract duration 225 calendar days. The 11th project with contract ID number 24AI0144, contract name, construction of multipurpose building, Phase 2, Rosales, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item of description is construction of multipurpose building 15 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span. Ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage, and downspout. 15 by 30 meters covered court, 6 span, 5 meters per span. Ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage, and downspout. 2 sets movable basketball board with ring, 15 by 25 meters covered court, 5 span, 5 meters per span. Ramp with railing, 0.4 meters elevation from NGL to FFL, with cladding, complete structural and finishing works, with electrical works, with catch basin, storm drainage, and downspout. With chlorinated rubberized base, CRB, floor coating or epoxy coating, 2 sets movable basketball board with ring, with removable structures and obstruction. The approved budget for the contract is 14,850,000. The contract duration is 185 calendar days. The 12th project with contract ID numbers 24AI0145. Construction of multipurpose building San Manuel, Pangasinan. The scope of work is construction of multipurpose building 2 units, story barangay hall, complete construction of 6 by 7 meters, 2-story barangay hall, 0.6 meters elevation from NGL to GFL, with complete painting, with complete finishing works, electrical works, sanitary or plumbing works, with floor or unglazed tiles at ground floor and second floor, with ceiling at ground floor and second floor, 3 units, 1.5 HP ACU each unit. Approved budget for the contract is 5,940,000. The contract duration is 135 calendar days. The 13th project with contract ID number is 24AI0146. The contract name is construction of flood mitigation structure along Poblacion River, Package B, Balungao, Pangasinan. The scope of work is construction of dike with steel sheet pile with length of 360 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. The contract duration is 284 calendar days. The 14th project with contract ID number is 24AI0147. Contract name, construction of flood mitigation structure along Lagasit River, Package A, Balungao, Pangasinan, Santa Maria, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item of description is construction of dike, construction of revetment with steel sheet pile with length of 360 linear meters. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000. The contract duration is 284 calendar days.
For the 15 projects with contract ID number,
That would be already the 16th project.
let's go. 16.
Next project. I say the next project.
For the next project with contract ID number 24AI0148 with contract name construction of flood mitigation structure along Lagasit River, Package B, Balungao, Pangasinan, Santa Maria, Pangasinan. With scope of work or item description, construction of dike, construction of revetment with steel sheet piles with a length of 360 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos with the contract duration of 200 calendar days. For the next project with contract ID number 24AI0149 with contract name construction of flood mitigation structure along Banilan River, Umingan to Balungao, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item of description, construction of revetment with steel sheet piles with a length of 372 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration 208 days. For the next project with contract ID number 24AI0150 with contract name construction of flood mitigation structure along Biray River, Package A, Bued, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item of description,
construction of revetment with steel sheet iron with the length of 372 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration 284 calendar days. For the next project with contract ID number 24AI0151 with contract name construction of flood mitigation structure along the River Package B, Tayo, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item of description, construction of revetment with steel sheet pile with the length of 372 linear meters. Budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration 284 calendar days. For the last project with contract ID number 24AI0168 with the contract name concreting Barangay Maambal to Barangay Hawaii FMR, Barangay Maambal and Barangay Hawaii Zorobio, Pangasinan. Scope of work or item description, construction of revetment with steel sheet pile with the length of 372 linear meters. The budget for the contract is 12,437,500 pesos. Contract duration 78 calendar days.
Yes. Do we have something from the right side?
We have clarification for the last project for its item description for the project of concreting of Barangay Maambal to Barangay Hawaii FMR, Barangay Maambal and Barangay Hawaii Puzurugin, Pangasinan. The scope of work is concreting of road with a length of 0.72 kilometers with a width of 6 meters with a thickness of 200 millimeters, removal of existing PCCP, construction of stone masonry, and installation of solar LED strip lights with the approved budget contract of 12,437,500 pesos with the contract duration of 78 calendar days. With 72 kilometers. For the receipt and opening of bids for the project ID numbers 24AI0133, 24AI0134, 24AI0135, 24AI0136 is on March 19, 2024. And for the
24 for the projects, 24 AI 0137, 24 AI 0139, 24 AI 0140 is on March 20, 2024. And for 24 AI, 24 AI 0141, 24 AI 0142, 24 AI 0143, 24 AI 0144, 24 AI 0145 is on March 21, 2024. 24 AI 0146, 24 AI 0147, 24 AI 0148, 24 AI 0149, 24 AI 0150, 24 AI 0151, 24 AI 0168. So on March 22, 2024, at DPWH Conference Room, Tumana, Rosales, Pangasinan. For the submission of electronic bids, you may submit it at DPWH e-bid portal at electronic bids underscore Pangasinan at dpwh.gov.ph. And for our YouTube live streaming, you can stream at youtube.com/dpwh-pangasinan-third DEO. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Maybe the opening of bids will be at 9:30. Okay. Thank you. Didn't know. Here the minutes of this previous conference upon meeting the trust not later than 5 days. Are there more issues and concern before we will end this pre-bid conference? Is there any motion to adjourn? In view of the motion of Engineer Oscar Kermit and duly seconded by Engineer David Balaganas, and no objection by Engineer Raymond Yunes, I hereby declare that this pre-bid conference be adjourned. Thank you very much and have a nice day to everyone.